Fear and Hunger Termina has a ton of memorable bosses, from grotesque monsters to overly friendly priests, each more unique than the other. In a normal playthrough, you have time to prepare in between every fight by building a perfect team and full healing your party. But what if it wasn't the case? What if you have to fight every boss one after another without prep time? Well, there's a mod that just that. The mod is called Prehevil Plus. Shout out to creator, his channel and mod will be in the description. This is a big content mode for Fear and Hunger Termina, which adds new areas, enemies, bosses, even collectibles. And you guessed it, a boss rush, in which we have to fight almost every boss from the vanilla game and the mod back to back. First step to conquer this challenge is to build my dream team. I'll be starting the one with Jard himself, Marco. His fists are probably better than any early game weapon, but more importantly, I start with the skill Steel and we give a bunch of resources early on. After that, I'll go with Improve My Footwork and will give me +2 agility, which will be useful later in the run. I will learn Bob and Weave for some early fights, and Escape Plan just in case I get in encounters and I don't want to. Finally, I'll go with the Medical Gods for the early healing that I will need. A lot of the decisions I make here are for the early parts of the run, because we don't need them later when we will be overpowered. Let's start the run. First thing first, I go and kill Tanaka for the +1 agility in the Hexen. Then I'll go the other way through the slums, because if you didn't know, you can either save Henrik or Abella. That means when I go to the mayor's mansion, Abella will transform into Shognar, but I find it easier than the mayor fight. While going there, I find a bone saw, so I start getting heads and find my first toy duck, which is this most collectible. You can exchange 20 of them for a price. At the mansion, I get good book at ING and fight the priest for the first level of Sylvian Affinity, find the food reserve and get the sewer keys from Henrik. I continue through the early game, kill the woodsman and go through the sewers to the city. My goal here is to find the skin Bible of the god of Fear and Hunger, so that I can level up his affinity for the first part of my plan. I get unlucky in the bookstore and I resort to Pocket Cat to get it. After saving, straight to Tunnel 7 to meet Shognar. 2 rifle shots for the arms help a lot. Unfortunately, he gets me to 0 mine, so I have panophobia for the rest of the run. I know needles can hear it, but I didn't bother. Let's go to the woodsman's house and spend some soulstones to learn the weapon craft skill. Back into the city we go, and I slept until Thursday night so I can recruit Marina as my magic damage dealer. I chose Marina over Osa because if you recruit him, you don't have access to the Spiceful skill, probably the best skill in the entire game. During a Hexen again, I learn Mischief of Rats on Marina, one of the best spells in the game. It will guarantee a stun if you hit the enemy with it. I also gave +1 agility to Marina. With her Engrave skill, you can use the God of Fear and Hunger marking for +5 agility, in addition of the 10 base agility, will equal to 16 agility, which will give double turns on most fights. The same goes for Marco with 17 agility now. We go into the sewers for some puzzling so that later I can face the Heartless one. Have a fight with the bestest girl, Moonless. The music here is so good. The plan for this fight is to get rid of Miasma before it wakes up and poisons the whole party, put fire on the body for dot damage and blind her so that her gaping mouth attack misses. And into church we go. In here I get the rusty key as well as the effigy. Finally, we pay a visit to Dysmorphia. The battle plan, like for a lot of future fights, is to use mischiefs or rats to stun the enemy and deal damage with Marco. Very simple but effective plan. I got really lucky right there, while only losing a leg on Marina. That doesn't affect the rest of the gameplay. Next stop is to recruit Dan in the White Mold apartments and get the effigy there. Dan is going to be our healer and pheromones user for our future tank. While going to the west part of the city, we cross paths with Needles. He can be a difficult fight, but is trivialized by using glass shards on his head. And already we are near our final party member, Karin, who will be our tank for the playthrough. And what better way to test our team than going against the mob who ambushed us. Karin is not tanky enough for the moment, so I just use Mischief of Rats to gain the advantage. With a strike of luck, the mob drops us the bench grinder, our final component for one of the best weapons in the game, the meat grinder. Next stop is to find the obelisk. While it is unbeatable in the base game, in this mod it has 15,000 HP and drops the keys to the museum. And also in this mod, certain items have changed places, so no leech mongerings for us right now. We go shopping for a few battle stones for our magic users. I don't buy the small things amulet because my party members have already 16 agility with the Hexen and Grayscale. Then, it's time for new orphanage. We equip our gun and collect heads. It's Father Hugo time. You can steal a book of enlightenment from him. The battle strategy is the same as before. Father Hugo not able to use Scorched Earth because of the stun from Mischief of Rats. Unique to this mod again, he drops the Donovan's house key for the endgame. We grab the last effigy needed for progression. Exchange all of our heads for soulstones as well as a ring of wraiths for our tank Karin. I go back to the orphanage to max my affinity with Kogoroth and Sylvian with the help of Samari's skills. I also give Dan the God of Fear and Hunger mark to have double turns, and Karin the Olmir's mark to raise her defense. Back at the Hexen, Dan will learn healing and loving whispers, as well as pheromones. Marco will learn Blood Golem from the Hard Chest 1 fight and Poison Tip from the damage over time. And Marina will learn Black Smoke and Black Orb. Our next destination is Tunnel 1. On our way there, we stop by an enemy unique to this mod, the Phony, because he drops great armor when defeated. As you can see, I can just spam Mischiefs of Rats so that the enemy doesn't attack. And in case that the spell misses, I have pheromones on Karin to tank. This works even on enemies with a lot of HP as shown. Arrived at the tunnel, we find and kill Oza for his soul and grab the spare bench grinder for second meat grinder. We use his soul and the Hexen and learn Spice Forge. With that, Marina can learn double Black Smoke and more importantly, Great Mischief of Rats that will lower its cost to 13 mind, which is nearly undone by her Better Stones. Next on our list is to travel to new zones added by the mod. Over there, we get ambushed by the Gold Bros. And later find the Salmon Snake rune protected by the Salmon Snake. Here you can also see the effectiveness of the strategy. Karin is getting almost no damage, while the rest of the team are inflicting a lot of it. The boss is also taking heavy damage from the different dots like bleeding or poison. on to the next zone, where we find another toy duck. I picked everyone I saw since the beginning of the run, and here we fight Pocket Duck, another boss that goes down the same way as the others. A few screens later, we go through the sauna and find a leechmonger ring. Back into the church we go, we find a heartless one for later. We unlock endgame with the effigies. And go say hello to Vance in the circle. We go inside the museum with the key we got earlier. Exchange some enlightenment books with Pocket Cat. And we come across another boss unique to this mod, the Resurrected Armor. A difficult fight, probably the most difficult since now, beaten with double black smoke to quickly kill the specters. From them, we get the most powerful armor in the game that we keep to Karin. In no particular order, here is the Heartless One fight, because she drops Red Virtue that I want to equip Marina with. Took me a few tries before beating her. We finish our preparations with buying the meat grinder extra from Tunisia for 20 toy ducks. Here is the loadout for the boss rush. First of all, Marco, who has meat grinder extra, a phony mask, chainmail phony dress, salmon sacral, Igagetsu amulet, and the leechmonger ring. He also has the poison tip skill. Karin, on the other hand, has the Knight Armor, Eye of Sylvian, Ring of Waves for HP, and the Perfect Guard skill. Dan has a mid-ranger, the fluted armor, small things amulet to counter the fluted armor, and a better stones for the healing. His skills are healing whispers, loving whispers, and the pheromones. And at last Marina, who has red virtue, some shaks, and a better stone for the magic. Her skills are double black smoke, greater mischiefs of rats, and ward or pyromancy trick. He is no loadout. We saved just before the boss rush, and I gave heroin to all my party members because they will keep it for the whole boss rush. I am also ready. As you will see, most of the early battles are finished within one turn because we do that much damage. So we need to wait a bit before applying our strategy. Some bosses are already missing body parts. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because I beaten them before or it's just the difficulty of the boss rush that does it like that. We get revenge on this mafia for taking Marina arm.
Oh, hello there.
As you can see, when we are completely prepared, the boss rush is actually quite easy. We just needed all the steps before that to create a good team. But Fear and Hunger is a game about preparation and strategy. I did make a big mistake in this fight by not just focusing one leg so that the centaur won't use stampede, but still managed to do it anyway. So this is all bosses from the base game done. I don't know why we don't find Ticket's logic, but yeah. So we are getting at the end of the bosses. If you're still here, thanks a lot, means a lot. This is my first ever YouTube video, so if you have some criticism, or if you just want to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, yeah, I will leave you with the last fight, and have a good one. Bye bye.